All right, good morning and welcome back. Today we need to forget about SOHCAHTOA as we solve these. We are going to be doing something called special right triangles. This is kind of the last thing in chapter 13. Got two different special right triangles. Today we're only going to worry about one of them. That's the 45-45-90 triangle. Okay, and so if you were taking notes, the special right triangles, you don't necessarily have to write this down, but it's just a right triangle with regular features that allow us to make calculations very, very easy to find. And the first one that we're going to talk about is the 45-45-90 triangle. In this case, the legs are always the same. It's an isosceles triangle, and the hypotenuse is always square root of 2 times the leg. So we take whatever the leg is, in this case 1, and times it by square root of 2, and we get that right here. So this is always true. If I were you, I would draw this picture. We are going to be showing that we have similar triangles. They're similar because they have the same angles, and we know when two angles are similar, their sides are proportional. Okay, so we will see that our sides are proportional. We will solve them by setting up proportions. Okay, so take a look here at this first one. We have an x and a 7. Okay? The x is our hypotenuse. The 7 is our leg. So if we look up here at the original, the hypotenuse was square root of 2. So we line that up with the x. The leg, which is 7, on our original was 1. So we put that here. We cross multiply. X times 1 is x. And we get 7 square root of 2. And we would be done. Example 2. Once again, we're going to compare this to the original. First, decide which one's your leg. So 20 and x are the legs. So x equals 20. And now to find what y is. Y is your hypotenuse. So to do that, do y over 20. Y is the hypotenuse. So we look up here. The hypotenuse was square root of 2. So I get square root of 2 over 1. Okay, cross multiply. We'll get y equals 20 square root of 2. Okay. At this point, we are done. Okay, that is all you have to do. As we do this, some of you will notice a few patterns that start to emerge. On this one, x and y are our legs, so we know they'll be the same. We need to find what they are. So 11 square root of 2 over x equals square root of 2 over 1. We cross multiply, we'll get x square root of 2 equals 11 square root of 2. We need to divide by the square root of 2, divide by the square root of 2. And we'll get x equals 11. Don't forget, not only does x equal 11, but also y will equal 11. Right, your next one. 24 square root of 2 is, we need to find x and y. So x and y are the same. They are legs once again. So 24 square root of 2 over x equals square root of 2 over 1. Cross multiply. Square root of 2x equals 24 square root of 2. Divide by the square root of 2. Divide by the square root of 2. X equals 24. Also, y will equal 24. All right, on to the next one. This one, we need to find both x and y. Y is a leg. It's very easy. Y will be the same as the other leg, which is 17. X is a little more difficult, so let's put x over 17 equals, since x was the hypotenuse, our hypotenuse up here, remember, square root of 2. So we put that square root of 2 on top, all over 1. Cross multiply, we'll get x equals 17 square root of 2. Number 6, u and v will be the same. We can do u over 13 square root of 2 equals, u is the leg, hypotenuse is square root of 2, cross multiply. And we get u to equal 13. Now, this does get a little more complicated as we start dealing with some different things that happen with square roots. So Take a look here at number 7. X and Y will both be legs. We know that. So we want to take 7 divided by X equals 7 is the hypotenuse, so I put square root of 2 on top over 1. We cross multiply, we'll get 7 equals X square root of 2. We'll divide, those square root of 2's will cancel, and we are left with X equals 7 divided by the square root of 2. We'd be done, except we cannot leave a square root in the denominator, in the bottom. We have to do something called rationalize the denominator. So we'll multiply this by square root of 2 over square root of 2. We will get 7 square root of 2 divided by just 2. If you're not sure I got that, square root of 2 times square root of 2 is square root of 4, which comes out to 2. Now, 2 and a square root of 2 cannot reduce because this is a square root, this is not. So we are done. This is our answer. That is for X. So X equals 7 square root of 2 all over 2. But also that was what Y is because they are legs. They will be the same. One more, and then I'm going to show one delta math example. So we do 4 over X. We know X and Y are the same again because they're the legs. 4 is the hypotenuse. Since it's the hypotenuse, we put square root of 2 with it. Since X is a leg, we put 1 with it. Cross multiply. 4 equals square root of 2x. Okay? Divide by the square root of 2. Divide by the square root of 2. You'll get x equals 4 over the square root of 2. Okay? Now we multiply this by the square root of 2 over the square root of 2. 4 square root of 2 over 2. At this point, it's a little different. The last one we were done. This time 2 can go in right here into 4. So that will actually simplify to 2 square root of 2. 2 goes into 4 twice. So x equals 2 square root of 2. Y equals 2 square root of 2. And we're done. So the one last example I want to show on delta math. Sometimes things are going to get messier. So here we have the square root of 10 and the x. So let's see. I need to pull up my notepad so I can show you this. Or not my notepad. What's it called? Canvas. Sorry about that. Should have done this before. But as we... all right. So we have our picture here, and we know that we've got square root of 10 and x. Now, which one is the hypotenuse? That'd be the square root of 10, so that goes on top. So the hypotenuse goes on top to match up with that, so square root of 2. And x is the leg, that matches up with 1. We cross multiply, we'll get square root of 2x equals the square root of 10. At this point, we divide by square root of 2, divide by square root of 2. X equals, now, square root of 10 divided by square root of 2. Since they are both square roots, we can just reduce. 10 divided by 2 is 5. We'll get square root of 5. And we are done. Okay, that is all we have to do on that one. So hope you guys have a great day. If you need help, please reach out, and I'll hopefully see you tomorrow.